Good morning, everybody. It's Rand. Rhys is here. I'm doing a quick
Man,
intro because we've had a 40-minute conversation before this, and
yeah,
he
we
didn't know
forgot we were doing this.
he didn't know we were recording a podcast. So I'm springing it on him. Trying to get true nature of his. I want to really catch him off guard.
Yeah, you want to see my
Candid,
improv?
candid.
Yes,
That's what I'm looking for. Today we're going to be going through in honor of the Oscars. We're doing a staff picks episode of our favorite movies from 2010 to 2023, which we could also call best movie of each year. We can make that decision.
we can.
But I
We
imagine we
can and
don't
we
have the
will.
same one. You and I probably don't
I'm
have the
sure
same.
on a couple of them we do.
There might be a few overlap. I also wrote down the Oscar winners for each year, so we
Oh,
have
I
like a
wrote down
point of
five
reference.
movies for each year because I,
I almost did that,
yeah,
but I didn't. So that's good. That's good. I've been watching Fargo this week. Fargo.
you've been
I said
watching
it.
pretty quickly.
I know. I don't. It took me
Fargo.
a while to get through season one, even though I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I had the opposite.
It just took me a pretty long time to get kind of into it,
Hmm.
like to the point where I could just watch it with ease, with harmonious ease. But yeah, I'm up. I finished season three last night, and I'm in texting Rhys about it. And I have a theory because season two is probably my favorite. I will acknowledge that season one is probably like objectively the best. There's that word again.
I do think I looked at one article after I watched season one because I was curious how like the series goes from there, and it seemed like most people do think season two is the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think you're not like
Interesting.
really like against the
Well,
more.
I'd
I don't
change
know.
my mind. I was trying to be a contrarian.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think the reason I like season two the best, at least currently, is because the law enforcement isn't incompetent. And I don't mean to imply that cops need to be competent or that they are competent. But in the first one, and I think it works for the first one, like only the deputy, whose name
Yeah, Molly.
Salverston, Molly Salverston,
Yeah.
she's the only one who's competent. And everyone else is basically telling her, like, hey, you're an idiot. Like, stop looking into this, even though she was like pretty on track the entire time.
Yeah.
And then the third season, again, only what's her name? Holy
I don't
crap!
remember her name.
Something Gloria Burgle. Only she's
Uh
competent. She's like a friend that she meets, and they're competent. But everyone, it's like that narrative conceit of like, oh, no one believes you, even though you're entirely right. But in season two, like the cops are actually like competent, and but they just can't do anything.
hmm
Like they know what's going on and they're trying to stop it, but they can't. And I think that's interesting. And just the sense that, like, well, there's an antagonist and you want the protagonist to be relatively competent for
hmm
there to be actual conflict and stakes, as opposed to it feels kind of cheap. At least in the third season, I felt it felt kind of cheap to be like, well, the only reason these cops are not stopping this is because they're written to not believe it.
hmm
But in season two, they do believe it. And the only time they're kind of incompetent is when they go to the other town and that force is like, we're going to do this thing. And then Patrick Wilson from Aquaman said,
Conjuring.
he's an Aquaman too,
Yeah, I know.
or Aquaman as well. He's in both of them. But yeah, he's in Conjuring and he goes like, that's a terrible idea, but he like just gets like kind of forced out of town.
hmm
But yeah, that's why I think I like season two the best. Also, it's super fun. I
Oh,
love
season
that.
two was great,
It's
and I
so
think I
much
told you
fun.
already that it just the one that alien stuff just took me out of it. Like
Yeah.
I was so invested at the end of the season, and then that showed up, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I guess it did play a part in his survival. So that's kind of cheap too.
Yeah, like if it was
Like,
just like like nods in the background, like all that
right, it's
stuff,
not
I
like
don't care.
he didn't figure it out a way out of that situation. Like Bear was choking him to death and he didn't find a way out of it. He just lucked out that
Yeah.
an alien spacecraft showed up. But yeah, at the end of the first episode of that season, because you told me about the alien thing, which is
hmm
why I think I didn't get thrown off as much by it.
hmm
Kieran Culkin from Succession sees the aliens, but he's also like hopped up on cocaine and he got stabbed in the back. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's like delusional right now.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe like he's seeing the aliens because they did kind of need a reason for him to wander into the road, and you could have written a million reasons for him to do that, but this is just one of them. But yeah, great
Yeah.
show.
I looked up
I'm
why they did that, and apparently it was to show more absurdity so that people would understand the thing at the beginning of each episode talking about how it's a real thing,
is just
like
a
is clearly not true.
right.
So
What?
they're trying to like push that over the edge, I guess.
Why did God show up in season three?
Yeah, that was weird.
I thought that was gonna like because Gloria Burgle in that
Mhm.
show, like she meets God when she goes to California. That plot point is completely pointless. We talked about it over text, but her going to California to find out that it's not relevant, we don't need that. There's it's a fun episode, but it doesn't come
Yeah.
back at
I
all.
guess
The
we mean
only
God
we
because
meet
he
God.
exists specifically in California. Everyone knows that.
Well, no, he shows up at that bowling alley. He was probably taking a trip.
Yeah, but he exists.
Yeah,
Like this, that's his home.
yeah. But what was I gonna say about God? Oh, yeah, Gloria up until that point, up until like the end of the season, she like censors don't recognize her. Like
Yeah, that was
Door
that was
and
funny.
I thought like when that happened, I'm like, is she dead? Are we gonna find out this is like a Sixth Sense twist where she's been dead the whole time somehow?
Oh,
But no, it just decided like at the end she accepts who she is and she can be sensed by machines now.
yeah. Season. I enjoyed season three, but it took me the longest to get into, besides season four, I guess. But
I mean, yeah.
it ended well. But it is absurd. It is such a weird season.
I really liked you. We talked about it just recently, or just you texted me right before we started this, but like I like how Mr. Wrench shows up again.
Mhm.
He's
That
like,
way, that episode with the two of them is like one of my
well, I
favorites.
was
It's
gonna
so
ask, is
good.
that the one that is your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I like that guy. He looks like
Yeah.
he looks like Seth Rogen mixed with John Cena.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he agrees.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I can't disagree with it.
All right. Do you have any Reese for You page updates or Reese
No,
recommendation?
the main ones, the recommendations. No, the main one again is just more basketball stuff about people saying they're done with the 90s, but there's been so many YouTube videos on it, so if people want to go watch them.
Yeah, don't
It,
though. Watch our YouTube videos.
yeah,
They're
watch our
better.
YouTube video about not that.
About everything but basketball. Have we talked about
Yeah.
basketball in a video yet? I don't think so.
We've referenced it, but we've never actually been like, oh yeah, basketball.
I imagine you referenced it and I
Yes.
just okay, let's get into it then. Let's start in 2010.
2010? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we've done our annual Abed Awards for the years 2022 and 2023. So if you want a more in-depth discussion of those years specifically, they're on our you can go back and see those. But
Yeah.
what do you have for we'll start with the Oscar winners of each year and then we'll
Okay.
go through ours. So 2010, the movie that won the Oscars was The King's Speech. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I have not either. I started it and I'm like, this is boring, even though I'm sure it's great. But it's about a king who
Made a
develops a
speech,
stutter, and so it's
actually.
hard. Yeah, and so it's hard for him to do a speech. I think so. I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, that's an interesting plot, I guess.
It's a Oscar bait movie, I'd say. Like
Like that I
it's
feel like you need to have like really good acting for that to
oh yeah,
work
like
as a
is it
movie.
Colin Firth? Someone's in that movie that's really renowned.
Okay.
I think it's Colin Firth. Let me pull it up on IMDb. The King's Speech
Yeah. I followed your recommendation and I went on
on
Letterboxd
Letterboxd. It
and I
is
just
Colin
clicked
Firth.
the
Yeah.
year and then found what I thought were the best five that I had seen because I hadn't seen a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Like
Uh,
most Oscar style movies, I will not have seen,
Yeah, disclosure for anyone out there listening, which is millions of people at this point,
of course.
obviously.
Yes.
This is subject to change. We have not seen everything.
Yeah.
We might watch The King's Speech and decide like that's the best movie of 2010, or we
Mhm.
won't. But like this is just a recommendation for you all. It's our current staff pick. We might down the line we could return to this idea and have a different movie entirely.
For
But
every single year ever.
yeah, okay.
Even
What
though I will not have seen most silent movies. Sorry, what?
most silent movies? We should slowly work our way back until we
Yeah.
just can't do it anymore. Because I feel like we could do 2000 to 2010,
Oh yeah.
not as with as much confidence as this, but I
I
think
feel like
the 90s to 2000s, I think we could still do. 80s to 90s, I could probably do, and you might struggle a
I know
bit.
some of them, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
but then
wouldn't
I
be
think
able to make a
70s
list
to
of
80s,
five.
I don't think I could confidently say, but I'll work on it.
Yeah, okay.
I should I go first because I only have 1 to 2 for
I mean, do you
each.
want me to list all of them? Because I got five, and then I said my favorite, and then my second favorite. And sometimes, like for some of these, I'm good with either. I
Yeah,
could.
I have a few of them. I have like 2011, I have 2 picks, and 2013, I have 2 honorable mentions.
I also
Because
have a
2013 was
list of what I
apparently a
thought were the best
banger
years.
year.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah,
2013?
2013 was a banger year
I
for
did
me.
not put
You
2013.
didn't do 2013? You just skipped that year, or you
No,
didn't
I
put that
didn't.
for best
I
year?
yeah, I didn't put it for best years. I have I'll go. I'll say when we get there.
Yeah,
I'll
everyone
give
thought baby or early thought baby guess what you think the
predict.
best
I
years.
have
What are your
one,
best
two,
years?
three, four, five best
So
years.
half, no, less than half. So for 2010, my favorite movie was Boy. We watched that together. I adored it. I don't
We
think you
did.
enjoyed it very much,
I
but
did not.
I thought it was.
It wasn't bad.
It is probably my favorite Taika Waititi movie. It is
Really.
beautiful. It's about his childhood.
Hmm.
Uh, Very funny, very emotionally driven. There's a lot of heart in that movie. It's got some, I don't know, it's a great film to watch, I would say. I'd say if you haven't seen Boy,
Do you
watch it right
remember
now.
the fact he directed Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, Boy's better than Jojo Rabbit.
Boy is not better than
Yeah, it
Jojo
is.
Rabbit.
Okay, Jojo Rabbit is probably, if I had to rank Taika Waititi movies, I'd go Boy, What We Do in the Shadows, or Hunt for the
Oh,
Wilder People.
really?
One of those two.
Hunt for the Wilder
Yeah.
People is really
I
good.
might go Hunt for the Wilder People second, then What We Do in the Shadows, then Ragnarok, then Jojo Rabbit, then Love and Thunder. I haven't seen
Damn, we have a
Eagle
very
versus
different list.
Shark. Yeah, I haven't seen Eagle versus Shark. I have not seen the new one he made about soccer, The
Oh
Last
yeah.
Goal Wins. But I mean, I think all the ones I've seen aside from Love and Thunder, I would put like 8 out of 10 at
Okay.
least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
what are your five for
what are my
2010?
five? Okay,
Yeah.
so you can probably predict what my favorite one is, unless
Oh yeah,
Letterboxd lied to me.
make me guess. Give me the
Okay,
five,
make you
make me
guess.
guess. Yeah, we'll make
Okay,
that.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay, Scott Pilgrim's the top one. I didn't know that came out 2010. I didn't even see that on
Oh
my
yeah,
letterbox.
I want to say it was 2010, unless maybe it's catered to me or I clicked on the wrong thing.
I don't know.
But
I hope that
let me
all
confirm
yours are
that real quick.
wrong. No, I got it. You can keep going. I'll pull it up. Yeah, it's
Oh, you
2010.
got it. Okay, and
Yeah.
then okay, Scott Pilgrim, Shutter Island, Inception, Toy Story 3, and Tangled because I love both of
Those are
those.
all good movies. None of them are
Yeah,
as good as Boy, obviously, but
Scott Pilgrim versus
Scott
the World
Pilgrim's your number
is
one. I'm
far
gonna guess
superior. Yeah.
is Toy Story 3 your number two?
No, I thought about. I honestly like would be fine with all the other ones, but I chose Shutter Island.
That's pretty good. I like that
Yeah, I'm
movie.
a big fan
Yeah.
of Shutter Island.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't have much to say about Scott Pilgrim besides just watch it, and then you're going to be confused at first, but you'll enjoy it, and then watch it a second time, and
I
the
don't
greatest
know
thing ever.
how I missed Scott Pilgrim for that year. Like for some of these years, I just did Letterbox. I sorted it by highest ranking,
Hmm.
and just if there was one that like if the first movie they showed me was like clearly my favorite, I didn't continue looking through the rest of them. 2011 was like I enjoyed I this one I have two for, and they're very different movies. Not a great year for me apparently, but I have Drive, which I don't think you've seen
I
yet,
haven't
have
seen
you?
it, but I want to.
Drive's really good, or Midnight in Paris. You seen Midnight in Paris? It's really good.
Oh, I was
It's
shaking
like
my
a
head, everyone.
yeah, oh yeah. Audio medium, we have to remember that. But
Yeah,
yeah, Midnight in Paris is just about Owen Wilson's a writer and he goes to Paris and then
it's midnight.
yeah, every midnight if he goes to a certain place, he can kind of travel back in time and interact with the writers from like the
Oh.
80s. And because he grew up like he loves, writers from the past. And so he like loves getting to meet them and talk to them and stuff, but he
Hmm.
finds out that like those writers, they wish they could go back to the 60s or like the 40s. And so it's just kind of the message is no one's ever happy where they're at. Like you always want the past and you have to come to terms and accept that you're in the present and grow to love that. The director is a terrible person.
Oh.
So ignore that, I guess, if you can. If not, that's fine. But yeah, those are my two. What are your five? I'm gonna guess
Okay.
what your
I'm
favorite
gonna be
one is.
honest. 2011, I had a really hard time picking movies because most of them were bad. Specifically, I put in quotations, mention how bad Cars 2 is.
You have
Holy
Cars
shit.
2 in
No,
your
no, 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 no.
Oh,
I brought Cars 2 specifically to say how bad it is.
yeah, I don't
And I
remember
did that
that.
with a couple movies, but I just wanted to because there's like a weird cult following for Cars 2 when it is objectively the worst Pixar movie, and it is insane to me.
Is it worse than like The Good Dinosaur?
Yes,
That's
it
the
is
only
so bad.
Pixar I haven't actually that's not true. I haven't seen the recent Pixar movies yet.
Yeah, I haven't
Like
seen
like
Turning Red
Elemental, is
or
that one of them?
Elemental. That is,
Yeah.
yeah.
But okay, what
But
are your five?
my
Cars
five,
2 is bad. We can stand by that.
Scream 4. Oh my God,
I have not seen it.
my voice decided to give up on me.
Do you
Lemonade
want me to
Mouth.
I can cut out script I can cut out that voice crack if you
No,
want. If
it's
you want to
okay.
start
They
over.
they need to
Okay.
know that I'm human. Paul,
Handed. Paul. Paul's great.
Captain America: The First Avenger, and Kung
Okay.
Fu Panda
I'm
2.
gonna guess your favorite is I haven't seen Scream 4. I haven't seen any Scream movies, but is your favorite Kung Fu Panda 2?
It is Kung Fu Panda 2.
That's a
I was
good
wondering if you're gonna pick it. Yeah,
yeah, that's a really good franchise. I was gonna say trilogy, but they have a fourth one now, which is
yeah.
apparently awesome.
Well, I've
But
heard it's not great, or maybe
I've
I've heard it's unnecessary, which maybe it's like a Toy Story
I mean
4
I
kind of
bet it
thing.
is unnecessary, but yeah. Okay, what's your number two then? First Avenger?
I put Lemonade Mouth just because I love it.
Okay, I
I
guess.
wouldn't say it's genuinely that great, but it's an entertaining movie.
So you're giving the Abed staff pick to Lemonade Mouth tangentially.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a strange year.
Yeah, I could not find any other movies. Like this list is not insanely solid, but it's a bunch of entertaining movies at least.
I mean, I don't think any of the ones I haven't seen Scream 4, but none of those are like bad, I guess. They're all
Yeah.
fun. What do you have for 2012?
This was a better year, I
Oh
feel like.
wait, 2011, The Artist won the Oscar.
Oh yeah.
2012, Argo won. Argo's great. Have you seen Argo?
I haven't seen Argo.
It's my favorite
I
movie for a while when I was a
was
kid.
aware that you had seen it. I did not know it was your favorite movie for a while.
It was like sort of my favorite movie. It's like one of them. It's kind of the one I
Okay.
would tell people because I was embarrassed to admit that The A-Team was my favorite movie. Remember that movie?
No, I don't know the A-Team.
The A-Team?
Oh, A-Team. I
Yeah.
thought you said 18. No, 18. A-Team is a good movie. I don't
Yeah.
know.
People
What did
hate
you?
on it, but I like it. It's fun. It's stupid. They
Yeah, I
fly a
haven't seen it
tank
in a
at one
while.
point.
Dude, that's just what tanks do.
Yeah, they fly.
Yeah.
All right. For 2012, I have Frances Ha, which is a Noah Baumbach movie starring Greta Gerwig, Adam Driver, and just such a delightful movie. I fucking
Adam
adore
Driver
that movie.
existed back then?
Yeah, he
No way.
existed pre-Star Wars, I'm pretty sure, unless he retroactively inserted himself into movies, like
That's
using
kind of what I'm.
modern day CGI digital editing abilities.
I think there's just a guy that kind of looked like him, and they're like, yeah, it's Adam Driver.
Yeah, that's a really lovely movie, Frances Ha. You should watch it. Everyone should watch it. If you like Barbie and if you're
Nice.
interested in Greta Gerwig as a director, it's fun to see kind of where she began. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites. I own it on Criterion Blu-ray. So
Oh wow.
I can
I'll
if you
check it out.
wanna, not you, but like if fans out there wanna, check it out, I can mail it to them. Just give it back at some point. We can get that
We'll
Netflix
start our own
business going
Netflix
again.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more personal at that
I'm
point.
gonna guess your top movie for 2012 is The Avengers.
Nope.
What? Okay.
It's not even
The
my top two, but it
is
almost
it
was. It's
is it in
probably my
top
third.
five at least?
Oh yeah, yeah. I wrote it down.
Okay. All right.
Don't
Let me.
don't you worry. I'm a big Avengers fan.
So am I, but Francis Ha is just chef's
Oh, I'm sure it's
kiss.
amazing. It sounds
Yeah.
like it has a lot of talent involved.
It's like black and white. Adam Driver has this running thing where he brings girls home and then he goes, "You want to see my room?" And then they go to his room. It's really funny. Reese isn't
I'm
laughing,
gonna
but
I'm
it
gonna
is
ignore
really
what you just
funny.
said and say, what'd you say? What was the winner for 2011 Oscar winner?
2011. Drive or the Oscar winner or the artist?
I've seen The Artist.
I haven't. What is the artist?
It's
Why have
the
you
it's
seen
the
the
black.
artist?
I watched it in what's that one class called? Lit a
Lit a
film.
film? Man,
That's the
fuck
one
that
where
class.
it's like half silent or something,
Oh.
or maybe it's half black and white. That was actually a really good movie. I
Did I watch it? Is
kind
it
of
better
forgot that
than
I've seen it.
Lemonade Mouth?
I would have to say it's better than Lemonade Mouth. I don't know if I'd pick it over Kung Fu Panda 2, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have seen The Artist. I just had to confirm.
Sorry, I pulled up my Francis Ha Criterion Blu-ray to see if they have anything I can acknowledge because they give you little booklets
Oh wow.
and they sometimes have like, notes of the production or things like that. Oh, yeah, do you want to see little Adam Driver? He's got a little hat on. You
Oh,
like
I
that,
thought that was his
Reese?
hair.
Is it his hair?
No, it's a hat. I was just confused for a second. I was like, "Oh my God, what is his hair?"
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What are your
Yeah, I
five
think
for
I think you could
2012?
guess 2012, but I have Django Unchained, The Avengers,
Okay. Okay.
Sinister, Hunger
Okay.
Games, and Dark Knight Rises because I couldn't think of a fifth. I like Dark Knight Rises, but I wouldn't put it in as the top.
Is your favorite Sinister?
That's my second favorite.
What was the first one you said? Django
Django.
Unchained? Is that your favorite?
Hmm.
Really? I didn't know you liked Django that
Yeah, no, I
much.
love Django. It's a really good movie.
Oh, it is good. I had no idea you were that into Django. What are the odds?
I love Django.
Yeah. Did you know they were
I
gonna
love.
do there's a Django Zorro comic written
Oh
by
no,
Tarantino? Yeah. Are you familiar with
good.
Zorro?
I know who it is. I don't know anything about him. I just like know I can pick him out of a lineup. That's what I'll go with.
If you saw a Zorro, you'd know. It's one of
Yeah,
those things where you see it, you know.
yeah,
Okay. Interesting.
yeah. There's just one night where I was sitting there and Dad was like, "You want to watch Django?" And I was like, "Okay." We
You're
watched
like,
Django.
sure,
It was
Dad.
fire. Yeah,
I would love to watch things with you, Dad.
I watched like three or four
Tarantino movies?
Tarantino movies just with Dad, where he was like, "You want to
What were
watch
the
this?"
other
And I was like,
ones?
"Okay."
Hateful
I
Eight?
think Reservoir Dogs, and then I think, oh shit, what was it? Oh, Inglourious Bastards.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then
Which is your
I mean, we
favorite?
saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in theaters,
Yeah.
but that was like a family thing.
Which is your favorite Tarantino?
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
It might. I really like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it might be
That's my third
Django.
favorite, I
What's
think.
your favorite?
Reservoir Dogs. I really like that movie.
Reservoir Dogs is really good. I think
Yeah,
it's
and then
either Django or Reservoir Dogs.
I did a poll on Tumblr at Not Rand Tumblin or something, but I did best Tarantino movie and Kill Bill Volume 1 won.
I actually haven't seen the Kill Bill movies.
They're
I've seen
good.
parts of it. I haven't seen all of it.
Yeah, they're really solid.
And then we watched We watched Pulp Fiction together. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
with our
honest,
aunt and
I
uncle.
did not like it, but
Yeah,
maybe that
it
was
seemed
just
like
because
no one else liked it but me. Like I had seen it several times and I showed you and our aunt and uncle and I was the only one who had seen it, but no one seemed to enjoy it.
yeah, I might appreciate it more now, but at the time I was just like so tired and I'm like I'm so bored. What is happening?
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. What do you have? Oh, for 2013, 12 Years a Slave won for Best Picture,
Oh,
which
that's not surprising.
I haven't seen because it seems very harrowing, even though it's supposedly like mind-blowingly good. And I don't
Do
doubt
you want
that.
to watch it? Should we just
Right now,
yeah.
we can do that screen sharing thing on Netflix or whatever. Oh, you can't
Yeah.
use it. Can't
No, I
use
can't.
Netflix.
It's funny. I can't even cast. I can't use Apple TV or no, what's it called? You know when you cast your phone to the TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that with Netflix. It like Netflix blocks it.
Wait, so you can use Netflix on your phone? I guess they'd
Yeah, I can
have
use
to
it on my
allow for that
phone.
because of like 4G data. You have
Yeah,
to
I
allow
don't
for
know.
them to.
Sometimes it lets me, sometimes it doesn't. But I did it and I tried to do like just cast it onto my TV so I could watch it and it wouldn't let me. But then I can use my computer and connect it to the TV.
Okay. Have you watched The
Or a little bit.
Sandman?
I am still watching Mindhunter.
Okay. How far are you in Mindhunter?
We just got to season two.
Update, I have stopped reading that book, mostly because I forgot to read it for like a week and then just put it back on my shelf. I was like, oh, let's return to this later. Didn't even get to the mind hunting part.
I'll read it. I'm enjoying this a
It's
lot.
good. The part I read is, I mean, I just got through basically the kind of origin story of the guy leading
Okay.
up to when he became the Mind Hunter.
Wow.
But yeah, for 2013, this one I have one clear winner in my mind and then two very solid honorable mentions.
Okay.
But Short Term 12 is probably my favorite movie of all time in the top three.
I've not seen it.
I recommend everyone to watch it. It is a beautiful movie.
How
Really hit.
short is the term?
I think like 4 seconds.
Wow.
It's like Memento, but with Brie Larson. That's not true. It's about a short-term care facility for like kids in need, and it's just one of the best movies. I just watched it at the right time. I was about to leave for
hmm
college, and it just really, really resonated with me. Not that I lived in a short-term facility, but I love that movie. Honorable mentions, I have Prisoners,
hmm
which never been more invested in a movie than that.
It's good.
Yeah, it's really solid. And my other honorable mention is About Time.
Is that the one with Rachel McAdams?
Yeah, and Donald Gleason.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
watch that. I've
you
heard very
should.
good things.
It's a time travel narrative, but
hmm
I mean, don't think the time travel makes zero sense. But that's not the point of
Does
the
it ever?
movie. Yeah, it's just a really great film. So I'd recommend that. What are your 2013 picks?
I have Hunger Games: Catching Fire.
Okay.
Catching Fire is a banger.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
Okay.
Prisoners,
Okay.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
You've seen that? I've never seen
Oh,
that.
it's so good.
Would you
It's
call it
so
whimsical
entertaining.
as fuck?
Yes.
Okay.
That
I'll
that's
watch
those are
that.
that's the perfect way to describe it.
Okay.
No, it's such an absurd movie, but it's so
Yeah.
entertaining and so well made.
Is
I
that
put
Ben Stiller or is that
it,
Michael Scott?
it's Ben Stiller,
Okay.
and he
Go
does a
on.
great
Sorry.
job. The Great Gatsby, which I put in quotations
That's,
afterwards, shit on it because I think the movie's horrible.
yeah, that's a bad
I
movie.
just wanted to bring up the fact that it's bad.
Oh, so that's not in your list?
No, it's not really in the list.
Yeah.
I just decided because I already knew what my favorite was,
Is it
so I did.
Prisoners?
Yes.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about it because I think Brianna and her friends really like it.
Oh, people adore that movie.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
bad
so bad.
movie.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I
I guess
don't
it's
get it. The
it's
book's
fun and
good.
vibrant and like frenetic. I get the appeal of like the aesthetic of the film is like fun, I guess, but the
Nah,
movie itself,
it's a fever dream. Nothing.
yeah,
It was so confusing.
yeah. The book's fine.
The
Did
book's
you read
good.
that
Yeah,
in
I
class?
did.
Yeah, I don't remember loving it, but it's better than the movie.
Oh, by a lot.
Should we remake The Great Gatsby?
Like you and I.
I'll be Great Gatsby. You can be Tobey Maguire.
Daisy.
That is such a that fucking story. Remember
It's
how
weird.
is that it? Maybe that's not a good book. Because remember they just
It's well
decide,
written.
wouldn't it be fun if we just all switched cars just to allow for a murder? Like the author was like, how can I get it so this person dies and they think it's the Great Gatsby or something? Let's have them all switch cars for no reason.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
What
they?
a
That's
dumb story. What a stupid. Oh, I'm against the Great Gatsby. Is that F. Scott Fitzgerald?
I think.
Yeah. Oh, go on. What else was on your
Number
list?
five is The World's End.
That is so good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I'm gonna add
And
that to my honorable mentions. There's a third
yeah,
one now.
I did choose Prisoners. The second one was Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and I almost chose that one. I was debating between the two of them. So
Okay, well
these two are
I'll watch that.
interchangeable.
I've heard good things about that movie, and I remember thinking it looked good, but I don't know, just never got around to it, I suppose.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
definitely check it out. And I rewatched Seven recently.
was Seven that year? I
No,
was like, there's
but
no way.
I was gonna say because I think you and I argued which one was better,
Prisoners.
and yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, like
I think
Seven is
I
amazing.
had nostalgia, not nostalgia, that's the wrong word, but I like looked back on Seven really fondly, and
Right.
hadn't seen it in a while, and then when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, this is really good. But
Yeah.
Prisoners, I agree, it like draws you in and like,
Yeah. It holds you there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you get
Denis
quite
Villeneuve.
invested.
That's the director. Denis Villeneuve. I looked up how to pronounce it. It's
Oh, that's
French.
Dune Dude, right?
Yeah. Dune, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049. I think he's the best working director.
That's because you haven't
The
seen
Secret Life of Walter
Mike
Mitty.
Flanagan.
I have not seen him in person. You're right.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Bald as fuck. Is he?
I
Or is he
don't
just
know.
mostly bald?
I don't actually
Um,
remember what he looks like.
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Dune director Denis Villeneuve.
You
Villeneuve.
know?
Yeah. He came out doing an interview
Oh,
for
congrats.
somewhere. Yes. He did an interview for Dune 2 and he talked about his severe distaste for dialogue. He thinks that TV has, in a sense, ruined movies nowadays with a focus on dialogue. And his belief is that the strongest like cinematic experience isn't reliant upon dialogue. So
Mhm.
his movies all look like the composition of every shot and like pretty much everything aside from dialogue. Not to imply his dialogue's bad, but especially in Dune, it's not dialogue heavy, but you understand everything. You get world building without having to have
Mhm.
someone tell you. And yeah, very interesting man. But yeah, Prisoners is good.
Prisoners is very good.
Yeah, it's not as good as Short Term 12. It might be better.
Well, I've
I
not
I have I
seen
have a
it, so I don't
I
know.
have like a special place in my heart for you, Reese.
Oh, thanks.
What about 2014? Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance won for that year. The Oscars. Have you seen
What
Birdman?
do you mean
Oh,
or is it the full
that's the
title?
full title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I haven't seen it since it came out.
I watched like a good chunk of Birdman and then I got tired and left. I
Was
think
that
you
with
guys were.
me?
Yeah, I think you were watching it.
Yeah, we were watching it with mom, and you both left. I was the only one who
Oh,
finished
Mom
it.
also left.
Mom is like she never leaves. She's like I used to make her watch all the Oscar movies with me,
Hmm.
and that's the only one where she just left. I think she got called upstairs to help our dad with taxes or something,
Oh, well then it's not really your fault.
but she could have come back down. It's not like,
Taxes take a while, man.
yeah, I guess. But yeah, Birdman's pretty good. What do you have for 2014?
I want to say first, this was one of this years that I said was the best.
Oh, it's one of your banger
Yeah.
years.
So if anyone guessed that, if you guessed 2014, congratulations. Because there are a lot
Oh,
of like the ones I listed, I will be honest, are a good like comic book movies.
look, let me try what came out in 2014.
But there's like I put in parentheses three movies that I chose not to include that I think I could have, even though
Okay.
one of them
Even,
you would despise because it's Interstellar.
ugh,
But I did also mention Lego Movie and Book of Life because those are both incredible movies.
what is Book of Life?
It's a movie.
What is it? How have I not heard of this? Book of Life.
Yeah, it's an animated movie
Oh,
about a
okay.
book.
Oh, okay. A Lego movie's good. I don't like Interstellar that much, but what is your actual top five then? Mine's
Uh,
got my pick is Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. That's a
Yeah. Oh wait,
I've heard that's
Whiplash came
good.
out this year.
Yep. Whiplash,
Nightcrawler came
Winter
out this year.
Soldier. I haven't seen Nightcrawler. Guardians of the Galaxy, Kingsman. Oh shit. And Days of Future Past.
Those are all like that's a
Those
really
were
solid
that was an
year. That's a
incredible year
solid
for comic book
that
movies.
is a very solid year for comic book movies. But yeah, Gone Girl I really like. David Fincher, same guy as Seven.
Mm.
Just again, very engaging movie, I
How
felt.
gone was the girl?
Oh, so gone.
Like faded.
No, she was just do you know about that movie? Do you know what it's about?
She like dips, right?
Yeah, Ben Affleck is dating Rosamund Pike, and then Rosamund Pike decides she gets bored basically, and she just pretends she fakes her own death and blames Ben Affleck so she can go live with Barney from How I Met Your Mother.
Actually?
Yeah. And I guess that's kind of a spoiler, sorry, but you never really think she's dead,
Yeah.
but the world thinks that Ben Affleck killed her.
Oh.
And so it's just about that. And Rosamund Pike's character, Amy, I think, Amy Dunn,
Hmm.
maybe, Gone Girl,
Hmm.
one of the best villainous performances of all time.
Really?
Really compelling, really interesting. I've met people who think she's the good guy or good person, the hero. She's not. She's crazy. Like not. She's. I'm not just saying that. Like she's experiencing psychosis. She is
Well, she
a serial
fakes her
killer,
own death,
essentially.
which is quite
Yeah.
crazy.
She does some It's basically it was this movie attached to or alongside the game, the another David Fincher movie that
Hmm.
instilled within me my greatest fear of being like professionally gaslit, like on like a global level, just being
Well,
fucked with.
I think this is the perfect time to say that I'm not actually your brother. Sorry, man.
So that's why my heart feels so empty. That special place. But yeah, I really love Gone Girl.
That's another movie I need to check out. I have heard good things about it.
Wait, did I guess your favorite?
No,
What was the first one that was not comic book?
Whiplash.
Is it Whiplash?
It's not Whiplash. I do like
Really?
Whiplash a
I
lot.
guess it would be, yeah, I mean, I know it's not Guardians.
It's not Guardians, no.
You really like Days of Future Past,
I do.
but I don't know if you like it more than Winter Soldier. Is it Kingsman?
It's Kingsman.
Okay. Which
Yeah.
one was two then?
Days of Future Past. That was my
Okay.
favorite movie for a while.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. And then in hindsight, I definitely like Kingsman more, but I loved it when Days of Future Past when it first came out.
Do you remember when Fox made good movies? Like Fox Marvel? There was like a span of a few
Yeah.
years. Or like Fox, like because Kingsman is Fox
Hmm.
and Days of Future Past was Fox. Like that was back when there was actual competition between the superhero genre in film. Because
Yeah.
now there's not.
Disney
It's
just trounced them and then
yeah.
ruined everything
It's
afterwards.
the MCU and Spider-Verse. Everything else is pretty much dog shit.
But
But
DCU looking up.
yeah, I mean I'm looking forward to it. That might take
Yeah.
the crown for a while at least.
That takes the
Or
cake.
the Madam Web verse with Craven and Venom 3. I think Venom 3 got titled The Last Dance, just like that Michael
Actually,
Jordan
yeah, that's
documentary.
what I
Yeah.
was about to say. Venom's
Uh
done with the 90s.
yeah. So 2015 was kind of the year that I started really getting invested in like watching Oscar movies, and that
Mhm.
continued up until 2021, where I just fell off all of my movie watching, basically. But Spotlight won the Oscar for 2015. Great movie about the Catholic Church controversy. And
The child one.
yeah, and the like, it's about a news team or a journalism team cracking that case and like publishing it. And it's really, really great.
That
But
does sound very interesting.
yeah, 2015, I think it's not the only animated movie on my list, but I picked Inside Out. I really like Inside Out.
Inside Out's great.
Yeah. Is that in your top five?
It is in my top five. I
Yeah.
have Inside Out, Creed, The Martian,
Yeah.
Jurassic World, and then I put Pixels. And then in quotations I put Banger because
Have
Pixels
you
is a
seen
funny
Pixels?
movie. It's very fun. It's not necessarily good, but it's very
I
fun.
haven't seen it, but I do know that at the end, Q*bert turns into a sexy lady for Josh Gad to marry. What a crazy movie.
Yeah.
Strange reality
It was
that
cool
that
though. I
movie
liked seeing all
exists.
the video game stuff.
Yeah. A good idea. That could have been like the modern day Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it was. It's
Oh, in
not could
many
have been. It
ways.
succeeded actually.
Yeah, I guess you're right. What's your favorite then out of
And it's
those?
also Inside Out.
Yeah.
I love Inside
What's
Out.
your number two?
I put Creed.
Creed is very solid.
Yeah.
Have you been
I
telling me the order in order this
no.
entire time? Okay, I was
No.
like, if I just not been paying attention.
No, like the past two, no, two of the three of the how many movie down? Six? I keep changing the numbers. Three of the six ones have had it at the top spot just because it was the first movie I saw, and it
Right.
just happened to be my favorite. But that there's no actual indication. That's just like
Okay.
a coinky dink.
A coinky dinky.
Hmm.
2016, your favorite's La La Land. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was
Uh,
another one of my best years, I think.
2016 is one of my best years. Especially, I watched every Oscar movie this year in theaters, I'm pretty sure. And I predicted Moonlight winning. No one believed me, but I was right. Moonlight won out the Oscar.
You
Everyone said La
manifested
La
that.
Land. I did.
So yeah, so did this freaking speaker, the
Yeah.
presenter.
Yeah. Warren Beatty.
Yeah, that's funny.
But my favorite movie from 2016, the best movie from 2016 is Sing Street.
I saw that was 2016 and I was like,
Yes.
wow.
Sing Street, I think, god damn, that movie's good. So just a feel good movie. Great music, great like soundtrack, but also the band in that movie makes good music.
Yeah, they have a lot of really good songs.
Yeah, I'd say the majority of 2017 I spent listening to a playlist on Spotify that just had the Sing Street soundtrack and the La La Land soundtrack. But yeah, great year. What
Yeah.
else is in your top five?
Um,
Age of Ultron? Well, no,
no,
it's
I'm
2015.
not a big fan of Age of Ultron.
Civil War?
Yeah, that's one. I have La La Land, of course,
Of course.
Deadpool, Civil War, Nice Guys, and
Oh, the Nice Guys.
Kubo and the Two Strings. And then I also mentioned that this year had a lot of really good horror movies, which I didn't
Like
write any
what?
down.
Okay. I
But
was like, I don't know if
I was
Get
pulling
Out
up
was that one? No, that's 2017, isn't
I
it?
was pulling up the whatchamacallit years because I forgot actually what they were, but I wrote that down. But there's oh wow, Apocalypse came out that year. That's tragic. There's Don't Breathe. Oh, Hunt for the
That's a
Wilder People came out this year. I didn't see that one.
yeah. No, that this year was fucking incredible.
I 100% would have put that up on the list. Just I don't know what it would replace. Probably
Deadpool? No, you're a big fan. I don't
I'm a
think
big
it's
fan of Deadpool. It honestly might replace Civil War or Nice Guys, but
you put Deadpool above Civil War and Nice Guys.
I love Deadpool too.
I know, but like
Oh, there's Hush.
Hush, I
There's
haven't seen Hush. Wait, no, I have. That's with the deaf lady, right?
yeah. There's Lights Out.
I haven't seen that one.
There's
But
Terrifier.
nice. I like that.
There's the Autopsy of Jane Doe.
I almost watched that the other
There's
day, but I
Train
did.
to Busan. Yeah, there's a lot of good horror movies. There's Split. That's not really horror, but it's thriller. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah. But those are my five, and including Hunt for the Wilder People, because that movie is amazing.
Yeah, that this is such a great year. I'm looking. I pulled it up on IMDb just to see. Because yeah, I did see all these movies in theaters. Not all of them, all the Oscar ones, I mean. But yeah, really solid year.
La La Land for the win.
What about
Should have won.
Arrival?
Having never seen Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight's amazing. I
Yeah,
think
if I watch it, I definitely might have a different opinion.
Hell or High Water came out this year. Have you seen that?
I have not.
It's one of the goddamn. This is a good year.
Yeah, 2016 was a really good year.
Yeah, my top five according to IMDb in no order. These are just the highest rated ones. Moonlight, The Nice Guys. Is that at five? Nice. Okay. Manchester by the Sea, Sing Street, La La Land, and Hell or High Water. So I guess I gave six, but that's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, Deadpool is and Civil War I both rated at four. But what a good year for movies. That's
Yeah, that was
probably
when I was born, so it was a great.
yeah, your first movie. You were born in the theater while mom was watching Deadpool, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. What about 2017? The Shape of Water won the Oscar.
And it should have been Paddington too.
Yeah, you're right. Is Paddington 2 your pick?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. My pick was The Big Sick.
I've heard good things. I was talking about that recently. I don't remember why.
That's my favorite rom-com. I saw that was my first
Have you
rated R
seen-
movie that I went to alone. I
Wow.
saw this alone in theaters with a bunch of
I mean, I
old
guess you
people.
are 17 years older than me.
Yeah. I saw this alone in theaters with a bunch of old people, and there's a 9/11 joke in that movie that is fucking hilarious, and I laughed my tiny ass off, but no one else laughed. It was just me laughing.
That's so
Yeah.
awkward.
But I maintain really funny joke.
I'll watch just the joke and get back to you.
I've probably showed you like 20 times. I show
I wouldn't be
everyone.
surprised.
Yeah. What are your five?
Baby Driver, Get Out, Thor Ragnarok, Lego Batman, and Logan, and Paddington 2.
Logan. My Professor X impression. What's yours?
Logan,
Which-
why are you killing me?
Logan, stop!
Stop, Logan.
They're driving too fast. Can we stop for some pie? I imagine.
Just want pie.
I don't know.
Professor X in the middle of a seizure, just like, give me pie.
Give me pie.
I can't. The only not accent, like impersonation I can do is Harry Styles. Just,
Yeah.
I'm Harry Styles.
And you can do the Logan one, obviously, or Professor X saying
Oh
Logan.
yeah,
Yeah. Did you hear that Giancarlo Esposito said that he will play Professor X, but only if he doesn't have to be in a wheelchair?
What the hell?
He said he's like, I don't like sitting down for very long. And I'm like, dude, you're like the perfect
He's
choice.
Screwing himself over. That like has to be a part of Professor
Well,
X.
I mean, one of the things in Marvel Comics as of like the past decade or so is Professor X isn't in a wheelchair anymore, and I don't like it.
why would they get rid of that?
I don't know. I guess just to make him more of an action star, so he can run around and do
No,
fights.
he's
But
cool
like,
when he's
like
in a
there are
wheelchair.
there are many examples of this, but like there aren't that many disabled superhero characters that
Mhm.
people who are disabled can kind of see themselves represented in. Like Professor X is in a wheelchair, or was, I guess. Batgirl or Barbara Gordon was Oracle for a while, and then they just retconned that entirely.
She's just dumb. She's cool as Oculus.
Oculus.
Yeah.
I do think I like her as Batgirl, and I like her as Oracle, but yeah, I don't know why they took him out of a wheelchair in the
That's
Marvel comics.
idiotic as hell.
But yeah, apparently the front runners maybe for X-Men or the mutants in the MCU. When we talked about this
Jim
years
Rash.
ago, Jim Rash for Magneto, but the helmet's too big, so his head's kind of like banging against it all the time.
It's
But
the
no,
one guy in like Spaceballs or something.
Yeah. What's his name? Darth Helmet?
Spaceball. I think
I think
so.
his name is Darth Helmet. But no, Denzel Washington is Magneto and Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X, which I think they're both perfect for that.
Mhm.
Temperamentally and just in terms of acting chops, great choices. I would prefer if he was walking or not walking in a wheelchair, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I think that would just be more fitting and
Yeah.
better representation.
But what are we doing? What year are we done with 2017?
2017, my favorite was Baby Driver.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah,
If I
it's one of
was
my
doing a top
favorites.
five, that'd probably be in there too.
We'll do a top
But
five. Put it as number one. I forgot what you put, but Baby
The Big
Driver.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
Have we had any? We've had Inside Out as
I think Inside Out was the only one.
the only similar one for us.
I thought there might have been a few more that were the same. I guess I kind of expected La
Next,
La Land, but I
2018
forgot
will
Sing Street
be
came
the
out then.
same, I think.
Which one? 2018?
2018. Should we say it on three?
Okay.
Or after three? I'll say
After
three, two,
three.
one, go.
So
No,
after
three
one.
after I'll say three, two, one, and then we'll say it. You ready?
Okay, okay.
Three, two, one,
Infinity
Spider-Verse.
War.
Fuck. Forgot about Infinity War.
Yeah, you forgot about my favorite movie.
Yeah, I always forget that. Okay. Well, it's not the same.
How dare you pick
The
Infinity War?
I'd equate those two. I'll change over to Infinity War. I don't mind.
Hey, good.
But
Infinity War is incredible and one of my favorite theater experiences.
yeah,
Because
that was good.
we saw it together on opening night at our
Spider-Verse,
local theater, and then after the movie we sat in silence until we got home.
yeah. And then I
Yeah.
think you said the first thing that you said was, "Well, shit."
Yep.
We got home, we parked, and you went, "Well, shit," and then we went inside. Oh man, I'm changing to Infinity War. You're right. That is
hmm
probably my favorite theater experience. And Spider-Verse might be one of my least favorite theater experiences.
Yeah, I know.
I
I know
saw
you're
it
gonna jump
I
down to
saw it
that.
with our dad in a different state and we were watching it and I saw it later than most. Like I didn't see it opening night. It
hmm
was already 2019 when we saw it. And there was some fucking group of people, two people, a couple I believe,
Oh my
sitting there
God.
and like the lady just kept like talking during the movie. And at one point when we find out that the Prowler was Aaron Davis, she goes, "I knew it!" like yelling it and I look at her, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, we all know, we can all hear you. And our dad, or my dad, who was our dad, but like he was with me, Rhys wasn't there. He like peered around my shoulder to like have my back.
Good. You guys are
And
an intimidating duo, so
yeah, we're both very
intimidating.
big, intimidating. And then she like shut up for the rest of it. And I think like the guy was bit like just as annoyed as we were. Like
Mhm.
he sat there like looking forward while my dad and I were telling her to shut the fuck up.
No,
Like
that's definitely the most frustrating part about
yeah. And then we saw
movie
them
theater
at Wendy's
experiences.
afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you make them buy you food?
No, they were in the drive-through and we were walking in. They could have hit me with their car and that would have really showed me. Because honestly, I don't like I don't like doing that. Like I don't like being mean. Especially like in a movie, I will shush you if you're being terrible.
Yeah, I felt when I saw Endgame, I saw with Cartolby because
Have we
I think you
mentioned them
were
before?
no name
Yeah,
drop Cartolby.
I was in another time period.
Yeah, so I couldn't stay with you. But after the beginning like set piece where like Hawkeye and his family and stuff, one of the Cartolbys like kept saying like, "Oh my God," like saying stuff out loud, and I like turned and like shushed him like immediately, and I felt so bad because I know he was just trying to have like a good time and he was invested, but
Right.
it's like, no, we're not doing this.
There was a guy. Did I tell you about my Endgame theater experience? I'm sure I have.
I think you yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I've said it on the show, but there's a guy behind me who we both went opening night, you and me, right?
hmm
Like, and
Separate
so I
times,
assumed,
but
yeah, different time zones, different time periods.
hmm
Uh, I actually went back to the 1840s and did a screening just to show people
yeah,
they
it
were
killed
not
most people there. They were not ready
most
for it.
that's what caused whatever war
The
happened in
burning of the
1840.
Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, that's I caused that by showing them Endgame. But some guy be like, we're all there opening night. I assume people like, I expected like cheering and like maybe some like whooping or something.
hmm
Because, we're all there opening night. We clearly all at least partially care about
Yeah.
the film. But this guy behind me was clearly like just so cynical and wanted to make fun of the movie and the fact that people were there to see it. Like when during the A4 scene, when like all the girls are there around Spider-Man, he
hmm
goes, "Oh, all the girls are together." Which, okay, what do you like? Very loudly too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then when Black Panther shows up through the portals, this guy goes, "Is that Kendrick Lamar?" No one laughs. And I turned around and like I didn't say this, But I want to be like, I've never been in a fight before, dude, but I will take you
Kick
to
your
the
ass.
parking lot and we'll see what happens. What else is in your top five for 2018?
Uh,
Oh, Green Book
Spider-Verse.
won. Green
Oh,
Book won
that
for
makes
the
sense.
Oscar. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Green Book.
I've seen clips, but they all look good.
Apparently it's amazing at the time, but people have turned on it because it's a white savior movie, which fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, but I have a Spider-Verse, of course. That was my
Yeah.
second. And the
Okay.
only thing that could beat it is Infinity War. So they just got lucky there.
Yeah.
Hereditary, which is my favorite horror
That's a good
movie.
one.
A Quiet
Yeah.
Place, which is my
Least
favorite
favorite
horror
horror
movie.
movie.
No, I love A Quiet Place. And then Deadpool 2.
Deadpool.
I also I think 2018 was another movie I put in my best movie. Just because
Or
of Infinity War and Spider-Verse, if I'm honest. Best years.
oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good year. Um 2019 Parasite won. Have you seen Parasite? I don't think you because
No,
we were gonna do a for that episode we did for matchmaking directors with franchises. We skipped Bong Joon-ho because you haven't seen
I
any of
have
his
not.
movies. Well, you've seen Snowpiercer, but
I have seen
watch
Snowpiercer.
Parasite. It's really great.
Yeah, I've heard great things. I haven't. Maybe I'll watch it tonight, but I also might watch Poor Things. So we'll
I
see.
need to watch Poor Things.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the Oscars? Nah, who cares?
Nah.
Uh,
It's just simply
my
watch the Oscars.
Yeah, my 2019 best movie is Marriage Story. Again,
That's a good
Noah
movie.
Baumbach, same director as
Yeah.
Francis Ha. Only director on here I think that got two picks. But that movie broke me, which is strange because
I don't think it broke me,
I've
but it was a
never
good
been
movie.
divorced. Our parents aren't divorced. Like when I tell people that like that
You've
fucked
never
me
been
up.
Adam Driver.
I've never been Adam Driver, but like when I tell people that movie fucked me up, they're like, "Oh, your parents divorced?" And I'm like, I'm working on it, but no. Hope they don't hear that.
Yeah,
Um,
I do too.
that movie just hit me like a truck. Like
Interesting.
honestly, like it to a prisoner's level of investment, I'd say almost different kind of investment.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what is your top five?
I looked at the wrong year. Knives Out.
Oh yeah, good movie.
Yeah,
Have you
Joker. I
seen
know you don't
Glass
like Joker,
Onion?
but Joker. I
Joker's
have.
not. I haven't seen Glass Onion. Is it as good?
Yeah, it's not as good, but it's a solid movie as well. I liked it.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. How long is it?
At least an hour.
It seems long.
I don't think it's that
Does
long.
it
It
feel
it
long?
didn't feel long. No, I
Okay.
watched it, I think the day I came back out here
Oh,
for
you're coming
my
home
last year.
soon.
I am.
I just why didn't you tell me? I threw a little tantrum
You threw a
when
little tantrum?
our sister was like, "Rhys is coming home." I'm like, "What a fucking asshole! I'm his podcast co-host."
Yeah, I found out like a couple days ago
Yeah,
because it
but
was completely independent of my like whether or not I wanted to come home. It was completely related to other things.
oh, that's right. We should record some video game stuff when you're back.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
that
know
sounds fun.
what, but we should
I
do.
will have nothing to do.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, what else is in your top five? What have you
Jojo
said so
Rabbit,
far? Oh yeah, Joker's where we left
Endgame,
on.
and
I'm
1917.
gonna rank those. I haven't seen 1917. I'm gonna
1917
go
is really freaking good.
Endgame. What else did you say?
Knives Out, Joker, Jojo Rabbit, 1917.
Okay, I'm gonna go Endgame, Jojo Rabbit, Knives Out, 1917, even though I haven't seen it, and then Joker, because Joker's.
You did not get it right.
Oh, no, that was my personal ranking.
Oh,
Is your favorite Jojo Rabbit?
I thought you were predicting me. Jojo Rabbit, yeah,
Really? I didn't know you liked Jojo Rabbit that
yeah.
much.
And guess what my second one is?
Joker? Swear to God,
It's not
I will
Joker.
fire
Joker's
you.
probably my least favorite of the five.
Yeah, God, I should watch that again.
It's good. Yeah, like I get it not being a Joker movie. I agree with that
It's not a
completely.
Joker movie, and
Yeah,
it's
but it's a
nothing
good
special.
movie.
Yeah, but it makes sense why it was nominated for an Oscar because it's just a Scorsese movie. My favorite, and I'm stealing this from The Weekly Planet, but Nick Mason from The Weekly Planet, after the movie came out, he also thinks it's like he kind of agrees with me on this, or I agree with him, I guess.
I was gonna say.
But he made the joke that you couldn't
Sure.
change Arthur Fleck to a bald man in a wife beater and call it Toretto, and the movie would be the same. Just make it Dom Toretto and nothing like because it's nothing would change. If anything, it would make more sense.
Yeah, no,
It would
it's
make more
not
sense.
it is not Joker. I 100% agree on that.
Yeah.
It doesn't detract from it being a good movie. For
No,
me.
I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great.
Yeah, it's not it wasn't my favorite. I probably could have switched out with Marriage Story, but I obviously wouldn't put Marriage Story first for me.
When I came out of the theater, I really like I think we were all tricked by the art house nature of it.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it was like what's the word I'm looking for? Like artificially designed to elicit the feeling that like it's a prestigious movie, but I don't think it is.
Okay. I do
Anyway,
find interesting how people try to like relate to Arthur Fleck in that
It's
movie.
fucked up. Like I
Yeah,
get it.
like I see this one YouTube video a lot, and I haven't watched it, but it's like it's called Sympathy for the Villain, and it has a picture of Zuko and then Joker next to him, that Joker,
We should
and
not
I'm
have
like those two
sympathy
are
for any Jokers. Yeah.
not comparable. Like I understand, like yeah, it's kind of sad what he's going through, but like he's also a fucked up maniac at the end,
I do have
and Zuko's
sympathy for that
not villain.
version. Yeah, I have sympathy for that version of the character. We should not, as people, we should not condone or try to create sympathy for the character of the Joker.
No.
We can have sympathy in a limited sense that, okay, well, he is suffering from severe psychotic tendencies.
Hmm.
And like that's not necessary. Like that's he's not in control of himself. So we can have sympathy for that, but that doesn't mean that anything he does is okay.
Yeah, you
Because
can't
he has done,
excuse his actions because of them. They are
yeah,
just it explains it, but it doesn't
right.
excuse it. Yeah.
There's a whole philosophical like conundrum,
Philosophical.
philosophical conundrum. It's my new rap song. But involving like, okay, well, if someone, it's basically talking about like, are we in control of anything? Because like socialization growing up, like that can lead to certain behavioral tendencies. Like there is science showing that if you're treated, if you grow up a certain way, you might be more inclined to act a certain way.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, if someone is like a psychotic or experiencing psychosis, can they be held accountable for their actions? And the answer might be no, but that doesn't mean they can't be quarantined from society.
Yeah, because that still protects other people.
Yeah. Like if they're
Yeah.
if the Joker is like the human that was became the Joker is no longer there making choices to
Hmm.
do this. It's a compulsion. He has to do it. So does that mean that, it's he gets off the hook? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I mean, we're not psychologists, so ignored.
No, I'm a
That was very well. That was
philosopher.
very well put.
It really
So
wasn't though.
yeah,
I probably
for me,
butchered that.
I feel like a fault,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're not psychologists. So if
I
there's
wrote a
anything we said
I
that's
wrote a
complete
paper
BS,
in
I
college.
apologize. Oh, you
I wrote
did.
a
That was a
paper
good
in
paper.
college. Did you read? Did I send that to you?
Hmm.
Oh, good.
You're
I have
welcome.
no memory. I have
Yeah, I
no
have it in my.
memory of
It's in the
that.
butthole right now.
Oh, sick. I should read
Yeah,
that. Oh,
it's
we
just
should make our
sitting.
Discord channel the butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
But I talked about like can he be held accountable? And I concluded like no, but then I argued like, okay, does that mean Batman should be held accountable? Because he is capable of stopping that.
yeah.
Not necessarily, I'm not implying like, oh, he should murder that man, but he has the capability of preventing the Joker from acting on his compulsions.
Why doesn't
So
he just
should
make like
he,
a bat prison?
or just like, yeah, just
Or does
like
he
keep
not
him in
want
the
to?
Batcave? Probably
Yeah.
because it'd
Is
be
that
really annoying.
it also might be he doesn't want to have that control over them
Yeah.
because that's not his job. I don't know.
No. Anyway,
2019. My second was 1917. Just wanted
I
to
need
say
to
that
watch
because
that.
it's really
I've
good.
heard
You should
that's
watch that.
like one of the best war movies.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
was
told me
invested
that. Yeah.
for almost the entire movie.
I'm not a big fan of war movies, but I should have watched 1917.
Yeah.
What about 2020? The old COVID year. I have
Yo,
two for this.
I mean, I have five for all of them, so I can't really say.
So is one of them Wonder Woman 1984?
Oh God, no. That might be one of my least favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
One of them
We
is
should
the hit
watch that
movie
again.
Holiday.
Is it really?
It's a joke.
What is wrong with you?
You haven't
Okay,
seen
wait,
Holiday?
hold
Dude, watch
on.
Holiday. It's a banger.
Nomadland won the Oscar. Great
I did
movie.
see that, so I was wondering.
Yeah. My choice is I have two. I don't know. I don't know which I'd pick for 2020 or Soul, another Pixar movie.
Hmm.
Probably my favorite Pixar movie. Like up
It's a
until
very
that
good
movie,
Pixar
it
movie.
was Inside Out, but Soul might have usurped it. And Palm Springs. Have you seen Palm Springs?
That's on my list. I
I
freaking
love that. It's
love
so
Palm
much fun.
Springs. It is
What a
it's
great movie.
really entertaining, and it has
Two of your favorite friends.
actors. Yeah,
Yeah, two
no,
of your
I
best
like
friends.
Andy Samberg.
And
That's all right.
Kristen Milotti.
Yeah,
Or
I'll be
J.K.
honest.
Simmons.
JK,
I
yeah.
love how there's a part of that movie is just J.K. Simmons hunting Andy Samberg. Just what a fun movie.
No, it is so entertaining, and the ending is solid, and it's
Yeah.
fairly emotional, I feel like.
Would you say that's the best time loop movie?
Movie, yeah, probably.
Well, what else is there? Dark?
Yeah, Dark's, I
Is
mean,
that a
better.
time loop movie?
Yes,
Okay.
technically.
Well, time
Spoilers,
loop
I
and
guess.
I guess time loop, I guess the way I
Yeah,
picture
it's
it
not
in
like
terms of
Groundhog Day kind of thing, but
yeah, it's
out of
like
those
you
styles, it's Palm
die or
Springs, I
you
would
have
say,
to
yeah.
like there's a bunch of there's Groundhog Day, there's Edge of Tomorrow,
Oh, Edge of
Palm
Tomorrow is really
Springs.
good.
There's that one
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day. Yeah, there's what's that called with Frank Grillo or Crossbones
I
from
have no idea.
the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
What is
I
that
know.
movie called? It's one of the first movies that I reviewed. I think it might be the first movie I officially reviewed on the internet.
Oh wow. Is it Happy Death Day to you?
No, I remember I made a a Photoshop of his body because it was really good for the video, not just for my own personal use.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Whatever
I
you
got a
say.
lot of mileage out of that boss level. It's fine, but yeah, there's a bunch of them. Madam Web's a time loop movie, sort of.
Oh, it is. That's
Yeah,
probably the
they
best
only
one
do
then.
that twice, but yeah. What else is in your top five?
I had those two that you mentioned, Seoul and Palm Springs, and Holiday,
Okay, of course.
pretty good.
Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. I have A Quiet Place Part 2, and
Okay.
then I put Queen's Gambit, not a movie, doesn't count, but for some reason
Whatever. Who
it was on
cares?
Letterboxd, so I wrote it down because it's very good,
Letterbox
very good show.
confuses me with what they consider or what they put for TV because
Yeah, they
not
count all
everything.
Mike Flanagan
Yeah,
like
and like every
shows.
MCU show is on there. Black
Yeah.
Mirror is on there. Heart of Nathan for You is on there.
I don't get it, and they should just add shows because that's why like another reason I like Q better because
Yeah,
I can do both.
I do feel like they should. They're missing out on. I
Yeah, and
guess,
maybe they're planning on doing that at some
and they
point,
might make a
but
second one because they might feel like it distills the
maybe
yeah, just having shows because I mean
just have one big app that has Letterboxd connected
yeah,
to
it
it,
could
and
be
then like
called
email boxed.
letter circled,
Yeah.
and then the logo can be a TV, and then it can be circled because it's letters circled. I did it.
Wow.
That one's free. Letterbox. Okay, so I'm gonna guess your favorite is Soul, Palm Springs. I don't remember what the other ones were.
A Quiet Place Part
I
2.
haven't seen any of those movies.
You
I
haven't seen
need
either
to.
of them?
No.
They're good.
Yeah.
That's not
Are you
really much I
excited
can
for the
say
new
about it.
one?
I
The new
am
one comes out soon. It's
because
not John
in part
Krasinski though.
two they show. Oh, he's not directing it.
No, he's
Oh,
producing it. I don't even think he wrote it.
I'm sure it'll be fine. But
Isn't Cillian Murphy in the second one?
yes,
Cool.
and the beginning of the second one they show the first day,
Oh, was
like
it
part of
crazy?
it. It was in like so entertaining to watch.
I might watch those today. I didn't see it in theaters because I don't trust people anymore going to movies.
No, I had a dude fall asleep in our theater, and because it's a quiet place, you could hear him snoring.
Do you feel like going to movies are like people getting worse in theaters? I think post COVID people have like lost their manners
I
when it
mean,
comes to a
a little
movie
bit,
theater.
and not to sound like
A snob.
an old man,
Yeah,
but I do think the kids are much worse,
I think so. I mean,
like with that kind of stuff, and it's 100% like phones and social media's fault and that kind of stuff. But
every movie until Dune Part 2, I'd say every movie I've seen in theaters for a while. People were pretty good in Black Panther, weren't they? When we saw that.
yeah, that was fine.
Uncharted, I think they were good. The Alamos, when we go to the Alamo, it's usually okay. Not
Mhm.
always though, but almost every movie I see nowadays, there's at least one person just making sarcastic comments out loud during the movie.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had that, but I've had people being really annoying during the movie the past few
Like
times I've
when
gone.
we saw No Way Home, you'd have hold me back.
Yeah, I had to go out, get rope, and tie him to the chair so that
Yeah, but
he'd be
then
okay.
there's that. Have we talked about this on the channel? I don't know if
I
we
don't know.
have,
Me
but
tying you down to a chair.
yeah. But we saw No Way Home. There was a group of like five teen boys next to us, next to me, and they
Yeah.
were all dressed in Spider-Man costumes. So I was like, oh, they're into this. They clearly were not like, I mean, they were fans. I'm not trying to denounce
Hmm.
their fandom, but like, I think they did it in like an ironic sense a little bit. But they would not shut the fuck up. At some
No.
point, one guy jumped up and he's like, no, and he did the thing where like the teens do, where they like put their hands down and they're like, see what I'm doing? What
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing
see
here?
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let
Uh,
everyone know that he did something quite cool.
and I almost threw a little tantrum in there. And then a lady on the other side of them told them to shut up. And I think I fell in love in that moment.
Yeah, they've been dating ever since. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
When Aunt May died, they were like, I think that's when he jumped up and went, no, when he did the thing. They were all freaking out. And the lady went, she said the thing that Uncle Ben said before he died. Of course she's gonna fucking die. And I was like, I love this woman. I love this person. But yeah,
Yeah, if
people are
you're out
getting
there,
worse.
thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Not bro. Thanks.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
What are we on? 2021.
2021. I did not have much for this one.
I think
We might
that
have the
was
same
one of my
one.
best years. We don't. I guarantee it.
Okay.
I think we have. I think we have.
Okay.
I think
The
it's my
Oscar
second one.
winner
Is my guess.
was 2020. The Oscar winner for 2021 was Coda. Really
Nice.
saw. I almost said really solid movie. I haven't seen it, so I don't know why I was gonna say that.
It won the
Uh,
Oscars, so I'm sure it's great.
yeah. Apparently, it's like genuine. Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
genuine.
it's
I say
actually a
apparently too
movie.
much on this show. I need to actually start watching things so I can stop saying apparently it's this.
Yeah, I say actually a lot too, and it's like not a good thing to add when you're complimenting someone.
Yeah, you should start saying actually, and then you can actually people because people love that. I
Okay,
love it
well,
whenever
I'll
I
start
get
doing
that.
that.
Yeah. did I tell you
Actually,
we got a comment on our Barbarella video. Someone went, "I'm sorry, but hot take or not, this movie's terrible." And I'm like, "You don't have to apologize. It's okay."
no one gives a shit.
I'm like, "I didn't make this movie. I assume
Yeah,
you didn't make this movie."
yeah.
But yeah,
No,
my
that's fair.
2021 movie, Shang-Chi and
Oh,
the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I mentioned that in my top five. I'm gonna
Wait,
ignore the fact that I didn't actually write it down, but I'm gonna add that in my top five.
okay.
But
What i-
it is not my favorite.
what is your favorite? Okay, wait, no, give me your five.
Give me my five. Okay. Shang-Chi. I
Yeah.
replaced No Way Home because I forgot that I, in
Oh,
fact, like Shang-Chi more. The
yeah, No Way
Suicide
Home.
Squad.
Oh, that's a good one. I
Tick Tick
forgot about
Boom.
that. Haven't seen it yet. I need to.
Bo Burnham's Inside.
Haven't seen it, but it looks
And the
like Bo
Fear Street
Burnham.
trilogy.
Oh, okay. Is your favorite Inside?
Yeah.
I was like, you really
You need
what?
to watch that. It
I don't want to.
is
It'll make me feel bad about myself.
so it will. It
Well,
will.
no, it'll make me feel bad about myself because I'm a discount Bo Burnham, and I'll think I can never do that.
No,
I'll never, I'll never be this
no. It's
introspective.
insanely well made and
I have no
very
doubts.
haunting and works well with kind of the stuff that's been going on. Because like I don't know if I've because you're not as big a Bo Burnham fan. I don't know if you've watched this stuff.
I've seen there's a comedy special in 2014 or around then that I watched at our grandpa's house, and I laughed my ass off when I don't know, I was a child. I was 43, but I was young. And he does a joke where like because a lot of his comedy, at least from what I know, is like musical a little
Mhm.
bit.
No, it's almost always, yeah.
And he just started playing a song, and then he just pretended to masturbate for like 2 minutes, and I thought that was so funny because not because I think
Yeah.
like that's itself is funny, but I'm like, this is so absurd.
Yeah. No, he has a lot of and he has a lot of really good songs, especially off of Inside. And
Yeah,
then
I've heard the song, some of the songs.
yeah.
But I'll watch that after I watch what am I watching? A Quiet Place 1 and 2.
Yeah, I would watch it if you are mentally well
Well, I'm
because
never
it is
mentally well.
I mean it won't like make you depressed, but he's very honest, I guess, in it. Like spoilers, there's at one
You
point he looks to the camera and literally just goes, "Yeah, I want to kill myself." Just
yeah.
yeah. So it's
But
like
it
it's
doesn't
good.
feel like post-ironic, does it? Like does
I don't
it
know what
feel
post-ironic means.
sincere?
A little bit, yeah.
So like he's not looking at the camera to be like, I want to kill myself in like an edgy sort of
No, it's he
it
like
feels sincere.
yes.
Okay.
But then the whole story of it, very well produced, very well made. It is
Did you hear
incredible
about the Bo Burnham situation that's happening right now?
that he's dating Phoebe Bridgers. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
No, I don't know if there's been an update, but I this is like a month or so ago. But there was an interview a couple years ago where he set a specific date where he was going to die. And then
Oh,
on that
yes.
date,
Yeah.
he disappeared off social media and everyone's like, "Oh no, he's actually dead." Did we talk about this?
We haven't talked about it, but I do know about this.
I imagine, and this might age poorly. Is he dead? Do you
I
know?
I don't think so.
I feel like, and again, if he did,
That's very sad.
yeah, I am not happy about that.
No.
That is horrible, and
We
I don't
would
know what
have
to say.
we would know though, because
Yeah,
again,
so
he's dating Phoebe Bridgers, and I'm sure she
right.
would be like,
What
"Yo,
I
you saw
imagine
him."
when he said he was going to die on that date, I don't again don't know Bo Burnham that well in terms of his entertainment or his
Hmm.
content or his art, but I think he just deleted his social media, which is like in a sense a death.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
it's him
probably
being
good.
like I'm going to die on that day because like publicly I will be gone,
Yeah,
and
it could be
that's
something
what I
where he's no longer
imagine.
Bo Burnham. It's
Yeah,
like the
or
Taylor
he's
Swift
just like
line.
Taylor Swift's line, "I am no longer Bo Burnham," and then all the Swifties go, "Wow, greatest songwriter of our generation," and then Noah Khan poops himself on stage.
He has done that.
Is that true?
No.
I didn't think
Actually, I don't
so.
know. He might
I
have. I
doubt
don't.
it. I wouldn't be surprised. He's an oddball, but yeah. What was your number two then? What did you think my top would be?
This Suicide
I
Squad.
forgot about that movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
It's really
that's the
good.
one I thought you would say because that's
I prefer Shang-Chi.
this movie. Okay.
If for nothing else, it's very unique. It's I don't know.
Or
I
the Fear
really
Street trilogy.
yeah, that didn't even cross my mind. And now we're up to 2022 and 2023.
I think both
The
years I put as the best years. They were both very good.
really, I would not. I mean, they're good years, but I feel like when I was younger, starting in 2015, I think I said earlier, but like
I wasn't even born
that's when
yet.
I really got into watching Oscar movies. So I
Hmm.
look back more fondly on those years than I do recently.
Hmm.
But 2022, Everything Everywhere All at Once won the Oscar. That is my
Yeah.
favorite movie. That is the correct favorite movie. Either that or Morbius. But yeah, what's your 2022 movie? Wait, hold on. What did you say in our? I think you said Bullet Train in
Is
our.
that, did I say that in
I
the
think you
video?
said Bullet Train
Oh shit.
in our first Abeds,
I
but
think
you
I've
hadn't
changed
seen
my
that
mind.
much.
Had I not seen Everything Everywhere yet?
No, you just didn't like it that much. I mean, you
No, I loved
did.
it. It was a great
No, but
movie.
like you didn't. Yeah, I don't think you picked it.
I
I
wonder if
could
that
be
was
wrong.
recency bias because I
It
did
might
not.
be.
I mentioned Bullet Train and I love that movie, but I did not choose it.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't get the because we watched it. I got that movie for our mom for her birthday or Christmas or Mother's Day or something.
Oh yeah,
And we
so did we
watched it
watch
all
it?
together.
I might have watched it afterwards.
Oh, you might have. Were you not there? We watched it with mom
No, I was there. We watched it with mom, but when did we do the recording?
like the next year.
Oh, the next year.
Yeah.
I thought we got it for Christmas.
Oh, then maybe.
I thought it was at the end of it. Doesn't matter. Regardless, I do think Everything Everywhere All at Once is better than Bullet Train.
I agree.
It wasn't what I picked.
Okay. Damn, we could have
I
had another one where we had the same movie, and we lined up with the Oscars. It would have been beautiful.
Yeah, this one. Well, this one I could go either way, but I did choose the Batman.
Oh, okay.
But it's a great
Maybe you
movie.
picked the Batman for that
I
year,
would That
actually.
would make sense. I
Yeah.
love Batman, and my other two
Okay.
were The Last Wish, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish,
Oh, I haven't seen that. Was
and
that
Glass
year?
Onion. Apparently, I thought it was 2023. So
I
unless
think.
Letterboxd is lying to me.
Wait, no, it is 2022 because we talked about it in our end of year thing. And we mentioned because neither of us watched a single animated movie that year. So we both picked one that we thought sounded good.
Oh, I wonder.
You picked that fish movie, and I picked a movie that's not animated.
Do you remember what we picked for 2023 for the animated movie then?
Yeah,
Because
we
I
picked
might have.
Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay, good. I wanted to make sure I didn't pick Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yeah, no, we picked Spider-Verse.
Okay, yeah, of course we picked Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
your number
2023.
one's the Batman.
Yeah,
All right, 2023 again. We
the
have a full
the year
episode
of
dedicated to this.
the year of FNAF.
Oppenheimer won Best Picture. Whoop-de-doo. Everyone peed
I
themselves in the auditorium.
Did you
That
see
dog
it?
was there. Oppenheimer. I've seen Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. He's German. He's not.
What
But
is he? Is
oh,
he
he's Amer
American?
I think he was born in Britain, England, and then moved to America. We've seen the movie, haven't we?
Yeah, I just don't remember. What's his first name?
Oppen, last name Heimer. What is his last
He was
name?
born in New York.
Like, what is his full name? Greg
Uh,
Oppenheimer? Gary Oppenheimer? John.
Robert
Oh, there
Oppenheimer.
we go. Oh,
I
man,
don't
we're
know what
bad
the
at
J
this.
stands for.
Probably Joppenheimer.
J-
Joppenheimer,
Oppenheimer,
Robert
Robert
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. Julius Robert Oppenheimer.
That is strange. I get why he's like Julius is a great name, but it doesn't work with his whole
No.
thing, his whole
Yeah.
shtick. All right, so 2023, I'm gonna guess your top five. I'm gonna guess all
Okay.
five.
You're gonna guess all
Because
five. I think you're gonna get four of the five.
okay, because we've done this like literally
Yeah.
2 months ago. Spider-Verse is your number one.
Yes.
Guardians is in there somewhere. I don't know
It
where.
is.
Is that two?
It is.
Barbie is up there.
Yes.
Is Oppenheimer in there?
It is.
Okay. And I've got one more.
Yeah, and I don't think you're gonna guess it, but if you do, props to you.
Did you watch Wonka?
I didn't watch Wonka.
Okay. Give me a time of year that it came out.
I don't know for sure, so I can look it up, but I
Yeah,
think
look it up.
maybe summer.
It
It came out March 10th,
March
2023,
10th.
if that helps. That
Fear
was almost
Street?
a year
Not
ago.
Fear Street. What's it called? NAF? No.
The year of
Give me a
FNAF.
genre. Give me a genre.
It is horror.
Fuck. Oh, talk to me.
No.
What?
I
Okay.
think that came out 2022 technically.
Whoops. Okay.
Actually,
Never mind.
I don't know. Let me look at Letterboxd. I was confused when I saw where it was on Letterboxd. So it must have been 2022.
It might have been theatrically released 2022 and then wide release 2023 because it's an Australian movie.
Oh, okay. Let me see. 2022 has Talk to Me. Yeah.
Okay. Terrifier 2?
No.
Did
I don't
that even
actually
come
know when
out
Terrifier 2
2023?
came out. Let me see.
Came out recently.
Yeah, it did come out pretty recently. It might have been
Shit.
2022. I probably should have mentioned
Man,
that at some
fuck.
point.
Have I seen this movie?
No.
Have we talked about it?
Yes. I'm sure that I mentioned it in the thingy, the video podcast, whatever.
Oh my God. Okay. Give me another hint. Who's in it?
Jenna Ortega.
What? Wednesday? The movie Wednesday?
The movie Wednesday. I do like Wednesday.
Jenna Ortega. Scream 6?
Scream 6.
Oh, okay.
It's a good movie.
What do you think my number one is?
It better be Across the Spider-Verse.
No.
I don't actually remember. I should know. Is it Barbie?
Yeah, it's Barbie. I really
Okay,
like
yeah.
Barbie. I'd say about once a year there's a movie that comes out that just blows my mind in terms of I think to myself like, oh, this is like the pinnacle of what movies can accomplish.
And
Like
that
this is
wasn't Spider-Verse for you? That wasn't Scream
No.
6 for you?
I haven't seen Scream 6, but probably. Like everything ever all at once is like I'm like this is stretching the limitations of the filmic medium to the point where it's just amazing to me. Barbie
Mhm.
did the same. I think Barbie's a perfect movie. in terms of entertainment, in terms of like cultural messaging. It has a
Yeah.
it has a moral that I think is positive and beneficial to the modern day.
Hmm.
And it's fun, which is important, I think, for a movie.
Yeah. Did
Not
you?
always, but and this year so far, I've only seen a few movies, but Dune Part Two is that for me.
Okay. I still need to see both Dunes.
And
I
I
think I
watched
think
the
the first Dune is really the barrier for me going and seeing the second one because I just don't want to
I
watch it.
I've heard people talk like if you haven't seen the first one, you wouldn't understand the second. I don't think that's true. I think you will understand it. You just may not. You may be missing just a little bit of context that you would
Okay.
prefer to have, but I do think you could just skip to part two if you really wanted to.
What if I just read the entire book series real quick and then
I
watch part
bought
two?
the first book because I've
Oh,
been
cool.
spoiled it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just read it, whatever. Found
Having,
out
wait, how far
some
have you read?
I bought it yesterday. I haven't opened it
Oh,
yet.
okay.
But look, it's a fancy one.
That is kind of like all your books that you have.
Right?
You have a cool looking bookshelf.
Thank you. If only I read it or like read all these
Yeah.
books.
Well,
It
when
looks like
you
I'm a really well-read man, and I'm not.
when you read it, let me know if the style is close to how Three Body Problem is.
Oh, should we do a full episode on that when it comes out? It comes out like
Next
Wednesday.
week, yeah,
Yeah.
Thursday.
Should we do
And
a
I'm
full?
debating downloading it and watching it on my
You
way back.
should watch it on the plane or yeah, on the plane.
Yeah.
Watch the whole thing. Just stay on the plane. Even after they've landed, be like, hold on. But
No, I'm really excited.
me too.
I hope
I'm
it's done
very
well.
curious to first of all hear your thoughts on it because I've only read the first in the series, but you've read it more recently than I have,
Yeah,
and I'm
and it is my
wondering,
favorite book series
yeah,
to all
I'm
our listeners
wondering,
out there.
yeah, if you like sci-fi in general, I'd say that it's like high concept, hard sci-fi.
Yeah, that's the like genre it's fits
Yeah,
under.
I'd say there might be a little bit of a barrier to enjoyment if that's not something you like. If you like more, I don't know, like sci-fi that's just more fun.
Hmm.
But I do think people should check it out if you like that genre. And I am curious to hear what you think because you read that more recently than me. And so you'll
Yeah,
actually know what they've changed, if they've changed anything. And also just because it's the Game of Thrones guys. So there's a chance it should
spectacular.
be good, but they ended it poorly. Game of Thrones, I mean. So
Yeah.
I wonder, and like they lost a lot of work after that ending. They were signed on to do, I think, a Star Wars trilogy, and then Lucasfilm dropped them, or Disney, I guess, like basically fired them after the ending of Game of Thrones.
That's
Uh,
absurd. Imagine doing 95% incredible, phenomenal
right?
work and then doing
I
5% one that people don't like, and you're
I
like,
heard
fuck
this
you, you're gone.
recently in terms of George R. R. Martin, the author of the Game of Thrones books, or I guess
Hmm.
A Song of Ice and Fire books. People have said like because he's got two more coming out, and he's like a 40,000-year-old person, so he might die at any point.
Hmm.
People have said like, well, if he doesn't ever release them, he'll be heralded as the author of in like a perfect fantasy series that was almost finished, like a
Hmm.
99% there, complete, perfect fantasy series. But if he releases it and it's terrible, people will remember him as, oh, the guy who fucked that up.
Yeah, which is like I understand being mad about it, but you can't do that. That's so like stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't remember someone exclusively for like the bad thing they did, unless it's
Right.
like obviously absurdly bad. Like
Yeah,
this is in context of like making a bad movie, like not like murdering someone.
right. Like, I mean, we're not going to decide that Taika Waititi is the worst director because he made,
Love and Thunder.
yeah. I
Boy.
mean, Boy is so good. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's bad. I just wanted
Okay.
to.
But yeah, I'll let you know if Dune is, I don't know. It's supposedly Frank Herbert, the author of Dune, when Star Wars came out, like did an article or like had a quote saying, I am trying very hard not to sue George Lucas. So it's more along the lines of Star Wars than it probably is
Okay.
Three Body Problem, but I do know they go into detail about things.
Okay.
So I'll let you know.
Cool.
Yeah. What were we talking about? How did we get onto this? Oh yeah, Barbie. Great movie. Blew my
Yeah.
mind. Love it. Did
Barbie
you
is very
watch
good.
the I'm Just Ken Oscar performance?
I was gonna
It's like
ask you that too. It
I
was
did
very
not. I haven't
entertaining. It
seen
was
it yet.
great.
I'm waiting until I need it,
So it
you
comes
know?
out in
Yeah.
on streaming.
Simu Liu. How do you say his name?
I don't know. I'm not gonna attempt it.
I probably shouldn't have, but he did that performance on a torn ACL.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He
Good,
asked
good.
his
Sorry,
uh
your torn ACL? Is that what you said?
yeah.
Okay.
He asked his like physical therapist if he should do it, and the guy was like, no. But he did it anyway because he felt like he should. But
That was nice to see him. I was happy about that.
yeah. Well, if you could only watch one movie out of all the movies we mentioned, this is a hard question. What would you
Like
have?
out of all from all
All of
years,
our lists, yeah.
it would fall down to 3/4 of them. And one of them I
Okay.
didn't pick as my top, but it'd be La La Land,
Okay.
Infinity War, and Scott Pilgrim. So my favorite three movies.
All right.
And Endgame, because I
I would
think the fact it's 3 hours helps.
Oh yeah, because then you could watch it for longer.
Yeah.
Uh
Maybe one of the Spider-Verses, but I feel like since it's not like a I don't know if I could watch that forever.
oh yeah, we're doing that. What if you have to only recommend one of these movies? Which would you do?
La La Land.
Really, I'd go Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think.
Okay.
Because I think that's self-contained.
But La La Land is two.
Oh, that's true.
That's
But
why I
like, yeah,
didn't
it's
say Scott Pilgrim and
self-contained
Infinity War.
and it kind of like covers a variety of genres. Like obviously there's a lot of action in it, but it's like a family story.
Mhm.
It's a story about a lot of things, about bagels. So like,
I do love that. I had a bagel. It was fire.
yeah, I might Spider-Verse, the first one, say I'd recommend that to pretty much anyone.
Yeah.
I have a
I mean, all the
letterbox
movies I'd
list.
pick, I'd recommend to
I
everyone.
have a letterbox list called like movies to watch with your parents. So it's like inoffensive but good movies.
Yeah.
We should do an episode on that, but like Spider-Verse is in there. Like I think
Yeah.
anyone could enjoy it.
Unless you have epilepsy.
Oh yeah.
Stay far away from them. You cannot watch them. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's not our fault though.
Well,
Is it
no.
your fault?
I mean, I didn't
I
create it.
knew it was your fault. Can't believe I mean I haven't seen Boy and the Heron, but I am surprised Spider-Verse or Beyond Across. Which one is it?
Across.
Across hasn't or didn't win the Oscar.
Yeah. I mean, sure, if we watched Boy and the Heron, we'd understand. But
Do you know that Chris Hemsworth accepted the award?
why?
I don't know.
Is he in it?
I don't think he's in it. Let me look. But he just walked up there.
That's actually really funny.
I
Especially,
bet they asked him to, but like,
oh, definitely.
yeah, he just showed up. Yeah, he's not in it. Wait, hold on. I found the American cast. Mark Hamill's in it. Nice. Yeah, Hemsworth isn't in it, supposedly.
It's really
Wow.
funny.
What a strange. Did you know he has Alzheimer's or dementia or one of those?
I knew he like
Well, he
he's
found
not.
out he's genetically predisposed, like to a pretty high
Yeah.
likelihood.
So I knew
So
it
he was
isn't
taking
like
some time
actively
off
affecting
acting.
him right now, but it will, and that is a tough position to be in.
Yeah. What video game should we play when you're back? What's coming up? What movie? We should do a tie-in.
I
Planet of the
honestly don't
Apes.
know. Deadpool.
Uh,
You wanted
there's a
to do
Mad.
that?
Yeah, but
That's a
Brecklin
one.
left the Xbox, so we can't play that. I don't know if we can get it on any of the. I mean, we could probably get it on PS3. Well, you have the PS. Where's the PS3? No,
PS3
I
is
think
home.
I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the PS4. We can play multiverses.
We could. Ultimate Alliance.
I got Overcooked. That's
Oh
not related.
yeah.
I just think it'd be fun to play.
We could play. There's a Mad Max video game that's apparently pretty good.
We'll figure it out. I'd be down for even just playing games for the hell of it. Like not even necessarily related.
Yeah. I mean, we should. I mean, even if we're
We'll
not
do
recording
that
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll be
All
there for
right.
like a week.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to our staff picks episode today. Let us know which of these years is your favorite year, just in general, like for you as a person.
Yeah.
And let us know why, or let us know what happened that made it the worst year. It doesn't matter, but
We want to know more about you guys.
yeah, we want to build a rapport and make you think that we're friends. Parasocial relationship.
Because we are friends.
Yeah. Also, in terms of the Oscars, out of all the ones that won from 2010 to 2023, what do you think is the most deserving and the least deserving? Because there are some snubs, like Birdman won 2014, but I really like Nightcrawler, that movie Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a really bad headache, and I probably because I have not eaten.
Well, yeah, then go eat
I know.
in
I'm
3
going to.
days.
Yeah, I'm going to. We were doing this. So I drank the water. I got caffeine earlier. So
Nice.
what do? Do I end the recording first? I do.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, catchphrases. It's been a good morning. Go take a nap. Thank you for getting up and joining us on this day.
Wow.
That's my whole catchphrase. Put it on a t-shirt.
Am
And
I
yours
required
was
by law to say my catchphrase?
no.
Okay.
You can do you should do your catchphrase at the beginning. I'll do my intro and then you go, oh, I'm offended how early this is. And then we start.
Wow. Okay. I'll keep that in mind next time.
Wazzle wazzle.